Hey guys, it's Janae here again with Young Black and Momming It, my blog. I decided to make another video this week because it's just easier. Life is getting tough. Not tough. Wrong choice of words. It's rough though, working a full-time job and having to be mommy. It's hard lately to keep up with my writing. So lately I've resorted to videos, and I hope you guys are okay with that. And thank you for keeping up with my blog. So this week I just wanted to talk about formula and breast milk and food for your baby. So everyone knows I've been very open about it, very public about it. I love breastfeeding my baby. I chose to breastfeed because I felt like it was natural and it was an awesome way to bond with her. And I was breastfed as a child, and I feel like I have a good relationship and a good bond with my mom. And for me, I feel like years and years ago they didn't have formula. So that's how the babies were brought up, and so that's how I wanted to bring up my baby, old fashioned. And I breastfed her, strictly breastfed her, for 8 months. She's 8 months now. Wow, time is flying. And I went back to work. I was very fortunate to have 6 months off, 6 months of maternity leave, and I live in America. That's very unheard of. So for me, it was an awesome experience because I had 6 months of uninterrupted breastfeeding, bonding time with my daughter. And now I went back to work a couple days after her 6 month birthday. Or yeah, her 6 month birthday, whatever you want to call it, when she turned 6 months. And so my job is really great, where they have a mother room and there's a fridge in there and a couch in there. It's very cozy. You get scheduled time to breast pump. And when I first went back to work, it was great. I had milk stored up in my freezer. I was pumping about 8 ounces a day at work. And so she had plenty of milk, plenty to get her through the day and the weeks at daycare. And this past week, we ran out. So now it's just been whatever I pump at work is what she has for the next day. And it's been rough because I've not been producing. I'm still pumping about 8 ounces a day at work, but now she's 8 months old, so she's eating a lot more than she was at 6 months. And so it's been rough this past week. I had to think about, the fact that my daughter needs to eat, whether it's breast milk, formula, pureed food, homemade pureed food, or food out of a jar from a grocery store. She needs to eat. And so, although I wanted her to be on this very organic, very strict, very healthy diet, I was like, I'm not producing enough milk to continue this way. And part of me thought about quitting that day, last Monday, when my mom messaged me and said, she's out of milk. And I toyed with the idea of quitting because I felt like if I was home, I'd still be producing enough milk. She wouldn't need a bottle. But then I was like, it's okay. It's okay that she needs formula. Hundreds of babies, thousands of babies in the world are on formula. There's thousands of mothers who don't breastfeed, and their babies are a-okay. They're totally fine. But for me, it was a little traumatic. I got over it, obviously. On Tuesday, I brought formula to my mom's house as a backup. And she does not prefer formula. She really did not like it. But, she drank it. And I think she only needed the backup formula twice this last week. And then the rest of it was the milk that I had produced for her. But I wanted to make this video to let other moms who went back to work and are struggling with the breastfeeding, pumping experience know that, it's okay to introduce formula. Your baby's not gonna have a crazy reaction. That's what I thought. I was like, oh no, I can't introduce it. You know, the minute I introduce it, she might have a reaction because she's not used to this. Babies all around the world drink formula. She will be, or he will be, okay. On the weekends and when I'm home, I don't seem to need formula because, as many moms know, pumping and actually breastfeeding your baby are two totally different experiences. When she's breastfed, she gets milk drunk. There's milk just flowing, flowing, flowing. And the pump does not do the same for me. I have the Medela pump, which isn't a bad pump, don't get me wrong. But for me, psychologically, I don't produce. I know it's a pump. I know it's not this warm human being that's cute and cuddly. So I think because of that mental thing, I don't produce as much as I would when she's over here on my boob eating. And that's okay. You know, I breastfed her for 8 months. It wasn't until last week that she needed a backup bottle. And she's totally fine. She's happy. She's healthy. So I just, again, wanted to make this video to let moms who are struggling with this idea and feeling bad know not to feel bad. You're not failing at feeding your baby. As long as you're feeding your baby, you are good. You are good. So buy the formula if you need to. If you need a break from making homemade organic food, go to Walmart, buy the baby food. You know, eventually the baby is going to eat something that's not so healthy for them. So don't beat yourself up and stress yourself out and put yourself down because you can't be super mom. It's great to feel like it's great to try to be super mom, but even superheroes need a break sometimes. Every mom is a super mom, but it's okay to take a break. It's okay to take the easy route every once in a while. Your baby, as long as you love your baby, and feed your baby and hug your baby the same way you normally would, your baby is not going to skip a beat if you introduce formula or introduce a different type of food because you can't keep up with their supply. The other thing I wanted to just address today is that there are supplements that you can take and snacks that you can make to help you produce more milk. Not even snacks. You can make oatmeal. So on Thursday, I think it was, I made a huge pot of oatmeal for breakfast. I took it to work with me on Thursday and on Friday. And both of those days I had really good pumping days. Oatmeal is a really good breast milk inducer, I think. That's a good word to use for that. So yeah, oatmeal is very good. Drink lots of water. They have milk brownies. They have milk tea. There's a whole bunch of things you can look into if you're not producing enough to help you produce more. And also just pump a little bit more often. And that will help build your supply back up. But if in the meantime, while you are trying to build that supply back up, don't feel bad for introducing one formula bottle, or, if you want to be like, you know what, this is the end of breastfeeding, and just go completely to formula, that's okay too. Do you. Your baby is fed, your baby is happy. At the end of the day, babies eat, sleep, and poop, and play. So, they'll get over the change of taste as long as they're fed. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope that helped. And, again, don't feel bad. I will catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.